Don't spill the tea, Max. Oh my goodness. Actually, I want to put this over here. How are we doing? Happy stinking Sunday, everybody. Well, whenever you happen to watch this, it's just a great time for us to kind of connect with each other where I'm able to, visit with my audience a little bit and we get to have ourselves a little Sunday chat. Well, I'll wait for the live chat to come in here. It's always a hoot, so if you're watching this in the recorded version, the live chat's always a fun place to be. Well, welcome. Good to see you all. I'm going to work on a little something here that's top secret as we have ourselves a little chat. So, do you remember a while back where, you could probably hear them, where all these, they're like sparrows, I believe. Hey, it's good to see you. But I made a little birdhouse long ago. Well, I have like the third or fourth generation of them here in the shop with me. And it's so wonderful to see birds return year after year in the same spot. It's always the same type of bird too. It's pretty cool. I like to think that it's like multiple generations of the same family. Probably not, but one could dream, Hey, Kim. All right. Oh, you're at the park right now. Oh, have fun. Oh, it's so good to see. I love all the familiar faces. How wonderful. We just wrapped things up with the tea timers over there at Patreon. What a good old time that was. We've been doing it for years now. And it's just so rewarding. I love it. I love establishing like real deep connections where it's founded on good communication, I feel like few relationships are built upon that structure. You know what I mean? Exchanging interesting ideas and stuff like that. A lot of times relationships can just be built by proximity. Maybe it's your old school friends or whatever, it's cool to form relationships where communication and exchanging cool ideas, maybe it has to do with creativity, whatever it has to be. It's just a cool thing to be able to build a relationship upon. It's good stuff. Hey, it's good to see you all. This is wonderful. Just waiting for the start of me. Yeah. So, thank you all for your patience in me. I was MIA last week, if you noticed or not. I was recovering from one of the gnarliest hangovers of my life. It was a 3-dayer. My goodness, and I'm good at that. Not getting hangovers, but not getting hangovers. Well, it was my bachelor party. Guys, I'm getting hitched. And, my boys really put me through the ringer. And they wanted to make darn sure that I would remember my bachelor party or not remember my bachelor party. And my goodness. But it was so great. We just barbecued in my backyard and told stories. I got roasted. They sat me down in a chair. It was a full-blown roast. I've never felt so special. And if some of you are out there listening, love you guys. I'll be more creative to get after food in me. Oh, yeah. Food's very important when it comes to, the creative process. It's like tackling fuel, right? Oh, yeah, this is going to look lovely. I can't show you what I'm working on because it's top secret. Hey, Archie, I need this live. I heard about Bernard. The Victoria's dead. Oh, man. How you doing, Troy? Well, welcome, everybody. I hope you're having a terrific Sunday. As productive or not productive as you want it to be. It's a wonderful sense of control if you can manage that, create your own schedule and all of that business. Oh, man. Yeah, getting married. Excited. Nervous. Just a lot. It's a lot of planning. It's expensive. Ooh. But I'm very excited. Couldn't be happier. This might be spoilers, but I forged our rings from the same block of titanium that fan sent. It was so funny. When the fan sent me that 13 pounds of titanium, people were asking me, do you have any idea what you're going to make out of it? I knew exactly what I was gonna make out of it. And out of the same piece, right next to each other. Ooh, we got members. Hey, Max, wanted to see if this beautiful work of art reminded me of your creativity. It's called Dancing with the Dandelion Art Nouveau by Robin. Please look. I'll check it out. Is that the one where the fairy is swinging the dandelion? I've been seeing that making the rounds. Amazing, inspired work. And I'm honored that, yeah, Rage, I saw that. I saw it years ago, and then it's resurfacing. Such good inspired work, and for me to be part of the conversation with that, I'm deeply honored. Very honored, thank you. It's just so wonderful. Well, it's so, let's get creative. Let's talk creativity and art for a second. There's such a childlike sense of wonder about that piece of art. Hey, Mountain Wolf Smithing, thank you. I appreciate that. Ooh, Paul Brown, I have a metal question. I'm planning on forging some tie rods. I'd like to know what steel is best to use for tie rods? I mean, if you use thick enough steel, A36, mild steel works great. Because you don't have to worry about it ever being too hard. It takes a long time to work harden. A36 is just a gem. But if you're worried about weight, if you're worried about the size, the actual scale of some of the parts, if you can get your hands on some pretty thick spring steel, like a spring tooth or something like that, you could forge out some stuff like that and just be really easy on the quench, for an off-road rig. And you want to forge it out? That's cool. I mean, because you think about the materials that take a lot of abuse, right? Think leaf springs. Think like I said, the spring tooth from agriculture. You get them in you can get them inch and a quarter, inch and a half. Nah, inch and a half is a little thick, but it's like a big spring, and then there's a sharp bit at the bottom. That stuff works really well, and you could maybe not weld it, but you can kind of tie the material together. It's been an art piece, but much how leaf springs are tied, shackled together, you can kind of get into that world. Road grader blades, something hard. Think about what it's used for. If it's having to flex and be really impact resistant, find a piece of material that's doing that. Don't find a piece of material that's supposed to be sharp all the time. You know what I mean? For instance, the blade, it's supposed to hold its shape and stay sharp, but it might be able to chip and break. For a strength armature, it might not work as well for that. Just think of the application and then use the nearest, most adjacent steel to that. That's why I use leaf springs for a lot of tooling, because they're just fundamentally tough. Real tough stuff. Real tough. God, I really want to show you what I'm working on. Ooh, speaking of work. Oh, awesome. What's going on? What's going on this marvelous Sunday? It's a beautiful day. Doing some content stuff. I'll do a little bit of recording, a little bit of editing today. Wrap things up with the patrons this morning. Phenomenal as always. God, we had such good fun. Great conversations. Today is going to be nice and chill. At least I'm going to keep it that way. It's one of my best buddies' birthdays, so I'm going to take him out on the town tonight. It's going to be fun. It's going to be really fun. I got a new series of sculptures coming your way. I'll be able to, film that and, get some good content coming your way. It's for a resort, and they have a star walk, right? A little star trail where you get to visit all 12 constellations, and there's almost like a meditation spot at each. It's pretty cool. The owner asked me to create a series of 12 sculptures to go to pretty much be a physical representation of the constellation there. Think Taurus, Gemini, all of that. And I'm really looking forward to it because I love constellation stuff. I love space. I love space. It's just so fascinating. So I'm really looking forward to bringing that to life. There'll be some rusty steel, stained glass. It's gonna be a fun commish. So look forward to that. Paul, you're a Cancer. I'm a Libra. And it's interesting too because I never really got into the astrology stuff. You know, it's not, I don't believe neither here nor there about it. People put a lot of thought into it. It's very interesting. I take kind of everything with a grain of salt. But just creating, but for me, it's cool because of the history of it all. You know, the sciences of ancient people, well, not ancient, but like early scientists charting and understanding the heavens and the stars. I find that very fascinating from almost like just a really cool historical standpoint. So I'm really looking forward to capturing the stars and these constellations, if you will. Never had the desire to know. Troy, what's your birthday? I bet someone here in the chat would know. I bet you. That's the beauty about community, is we all know something the others don't, you know? And together, we know a lot of stuff. Great. Are you making Velcro patches anytime soon? Ooh, Rage. I remembered your comment. January 11th. Who knows that one? Who knows January 11th? Is that? I don't know. Like I said, I don't know the stuff by heart. But the Velcro patches is such a good idea. I would love to bring that to life. I'll talk to next time I have a conversation with my merch people, I'll bring that up. Because that'd be cool. Ooh, Rage, fun idea. If I did do Velcro patches, what would you want? Would you like the insignia, you know, like my logo? Do you like, what would you like to see on a Velcro patch? Could be like a strike true sort of a thing. We could do anything. That'd be cool. Oh, I feel like I'm missing comments here. A hammer, strike, and anvil would be rad. I mean, might as well turn it into a shirt too, right? Heck yeah. I know I need to get back on the merch because, you know, first of all, I'm deeply grateful that you guys even want this stuff, you know? And don't forget a copper patch. Oh, Mr. Copper Dog. Rage, you got access to the custom emojis. Show Mr. Copper Dog emoji. Your choice. Which one? But one of the questions I love to ask my hey, howdy. One of my favorite questions to ask my tea timers. Oh, there they are. I like the winking one. The winking one, pretty cute. Because he's a mischievous little guy. Very mischievous. The flaming anvil would be badass as a patch. This is very true. This is very true. Yeah, flaming anvil. That should be a shirt. I need to talk to my merch people and get a shirt going for that, because that would be really darn cool. Try not to show this. I'm not supposed to show it yet. Just do a little sanding. I know it seems wrong whatever I'm doing down here, but like, get your mind out of the gutter. God, it's a beautiful day. What are you guys building? Yeah, my favorite question to ask the patrons is like, what are you working on? Celebrate productivity, celebrate creativity. And if you're not feeling productive, that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. Because I'll tell you what, the best of us all need rest. Rest is one of the most important dang things. Doghouse, Matt. Nice. There's a staying in the doghouse joke in there somewhere, but I'm not going there, Matt. Don't you worry. But that's terrific. Keep them doggies warm. I'm building Lego orchids. I've been seeing that Lego came out with like a, what the hell? Like a floral arrangement set. That's cool. Very cool. Orchids. Orchids are a trip. Orchids are weird. Finishing up a new coal forge. That's awesome. Sam. Had a live demo. Troy, that's so cool. Little spring festival. That's fantastic. Show them up. Show them what's up. I sold some handmade books woven. You're so talented. That's awesome. That's so cool. Oh, but orchids. Orchids, man. So, orchids are freaking weird. Orchids trip me out. Not because they're temperamental. Not because they're so temperamental and they require all this stuff. It's the asymmetry. They're like hemispherical, right? Like they're symmetrical only in two directions. What the heck? You know, what's that about? You know, I love flowers because there's like the Fibonacci sequence, right? Rose petals grow in a spiral. You know, daisies have symmetry. Everything in the flower world has this element of symmetry, but not orchids. Orchids are not playing by the same rules. It's weird. Alien flowers, man. They're like, just freak me out. Freaking me out. I don't know. Oh, Sophie, there's a set of fields in Guernsey called the Orchid Fields. There's wild orchids. This must be where they're come. That's where they come from. Maybe that's like a crash site. And there was just like seeds just happened to be on the alien ship that brought them here. I don't trust orchids. Don't trust them. I don't know, man. Just something about the lack of symmetry freaks me out. They're like fractals. See, the orchids I'm thinking about, they have like the elephant ears and they have that weird like, you know, in their mouth thing. Oh man, they're weird. They're split in two. Also, I don't know if you know this. I don't know if you know this, but all of my work has to be by the numbers. I put numbers in everything I built. It's you know, it's what it is. But oh, whenever you get me, Copper Dog, you have been requested. But I do everything by the numbers. And the number 2, one of the dirtiest numbers you could ever, I can't even say it. I can't even hardly say it. Yeah. I can't do 2. No. Come here, Copper. There he is. Here's this old boy. Oh, there's Mr. Copper Dog. He's a real good boy. He's still got his little growth right now, but you know, he's on antibiotics and he's doing better. It was big. It was huge. So it was like down to here. He looked like a bullfrog. It's like, Copper, Dad, stop talking about me like that. It hurt my feelings. He's such a good boy. He's a real good dog. Copper, look. I don't trust orchids. I don't. They're weird, man. They're split in 2. I don't trust anything in 2s. I mean, there are certain things, you know, with 2s, but everything else, you know, when it comes to shapes, art, and building stuff, 2 is just, ugh. Have you checked out the new Dune movie? Oh yeah, loved it. It was great. We're good. How about 22? Ooh, 22. Way better. Way better. I'm not a big fan of 11. But 22 is okay. But not the best. Definitely not the best. But nothing like 2. Oh, 2 and 4. Brutal. Oof. But 4 has a place. It has a place at the table. Don't get me talking about numbers. It will never stop. It'll just keep going. But don't they have 3 petals? They do have 3 petals sometimes, but they're not symmetrical. Like, there's 3 petals, but then the face of the flower is it's split in 2. Don't even get me going. If it had 3 petals, it'd be the best. Instantly, if it was, okay, so I need to draw it. Move my tea. Let me show you why orchids are awful. I'm sorry. I don't want to ruin your Lego set. Okay. So, you have yourself a perfect circle, right? It's perfect. Circles are perfect. Circles are obviously the best, okay? You know, if this thing was split into a perfect 3, that would be the best flower ever. But no, the actual face of it is split in 2. I mean, it's a peace sign. It's cool and all, but it's awful. It's awful. It's messed up. You know, so many flowers are split into lovely 6s or even 5. 5, don't get me started about 5. But, you know, actually, I'm going to go down the rabbit hole if I keep this up. Sorry, guys. But orchids, man, I don't trust them. I won't trust an orchid. You know, they're like octopi. You know, octopus are not supposed to be they don't make any sense, evolutionary speaking. You know what I mean? I don't like it. I don't like it. It's a little weird. Ooh, man. Yeah. There's symmetry, but also lack of symmetry at the same time. It's like if a group was making a project, and like halfway through they changed leaders. You know what I mean? It's almost like the platypus, where it's like there was some really risky, decisions made, or like the project was scrapped, then it picked back up again at some point, and all of a sudden it's laying eggs and it's got venom. You know, it's like, what are you making? A snake or a beaver? The hell are we talking about? It's weird. You know, because there's some things out there. Ooh, like a lovely fir, like a pine tree, right? Like a fir. Oh, clearly had a direct artistic direction the entire time. Flawless, no notes, 10 out of 10. But there's also some weird ass shit out there that's just like, that makes no sense. Definitely changed leadership a few times. You know what I mean? What are we rambling about? I need my tea. All right, we're back. Am I neglecting the chat? I totally am. 3.14, Paul. My man, yes. Hey, you finally made one. Welcome. Great to have you. I thought triangles were the best. Triangles are the best, but circles are the singularity. They're the fundamental building block of everything. The sphere, the circle, and all, it's so juicy. So, I don't know if you guys know this, but I have an online apprenticeship program. And it's a lot of fun because I get to teach my methods, my blacksmithing, tool making methods, everything, to people all around the world. I love it. It's through Patreon. Go check it out. It's in my link tree. Anyways. But this last month, we started getting into sacred geometry and how I use it to make artistic decisions and how I design everything through 3.14, golden ratio, sacred geometry, all that good stuff. And not for the hippy-dippy stuff. You know, when you're talking about mandalas and nothing against it, love to death. But it's such a good resource for structure, for artistic design and making things make someone not realizing what they're looking at feel right. It's about ratios. It's a discipline of ratios. And man, it's just such a powerful tool to have in your toolbox. Because I could teach anybody. Anybody can teach anybody to forge a dog, right? It's just a tool. But to be able to teach the method of art design and all of the really weird stuff that's really difficult to quantify, that's the thing I love to teach. And I do my best. Any updates on the upcoming convention? No, but I'm gonna be there. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Yeah, and if you don't know what Paul is talking about, I will be at NocoCon in New York, upstate New York, for my first convention. I'm gonna be a headliner up there. I'll be making a total fool out of myself on stage, playing Barry the Dwarf. It's pretty much D&D. We'll be playing like D&D on stage. It's gonna be a lot of fun. And I'll be there. So come meet me, come say hi. And if you wanna save some money on your tickets, type in all caps, hello. Save $5. You know, little love for the people. Congrats, hey. When they told me that they wanted me to be there, I couldn't hardly believe it. You know? Like, I still can't believe that people want to be a part of whatever the hell I'm doing. You know, I'm just a kooky guy in a shed. It's weird. It's weird to me. Freaks me out, but I love it. And if I can share a little ray of joy and sunshine with all of you, then so be it. Count me in. You've made the Valhalla doors. Will the Valhalla door window be next? Woven, I wish. The client got into a bit of a financial bind, totally independent from my stuff, but my work suffers from it. You know, because it's a commissioned piece. And I don't know if I'll ever be able to return to them. We'll see. I'm really hoping I do, because those doors aren't even cool yet. They're not even cool yet. Just trust me. Like, a couple more builds on it, it'll be cool. Come down to Virginia on your way out and say hello. Troy, I wish I could. I'm taking a direct flight to New York, across the country. It's like, literally, if I take one more step, it's gonna be the furthest from home I've ever been. Gonna try to make my own mechanical clock. Wish me luck. Justin, I wish you the best of luck. They're really cool. It's just a bit of engineering and arithmetic, you know? Is it gonna be like a turret clock? You know, where you have like a pendulum? Or, yeah, there's a lot of ways to make a clock, but I wish you all the luck. They're really, really cool to build. Say if you love your job, you never work a day in your life. It's true, but it's true. But there is some caveats. It's gonna be hard. Even if you're doing your greatest passion, your deepest calling for your soul, you know, your sole purpose in life, it's still gonna be hard, you know. You're still gonna have to persevere. And it might feel like you're on the wrong path sometimes, because it's always tough, you know. So don't be misled. If you're out there and you wanna make something your dream and do something, you know, so you don't have to work your 9 to 5, so you could do what you love every day. And if you feel disheartened because it's not going well, it's hard, and you're having to persevere and endure all of this, it's normal. Don't get discouraged. It's hard, you know. Doing any type of dream is tough. Work is tough regardless. That's awesome. Roofing is tough work, complex stuff. Yeah, but it's so worth it. It makes all that hard work so worth it, you know? Weight driven, cool. Yep, pendulum escapement, very cool. Bought a clock kit off Amazon, learned how the gear sets. Yes, Justin, before long, you'll be cutting your own gears. You know, and how cool is it that you can make a clock run forever with the right, well, forever meaning like a week or something, but like the longer that weight has to go down, either the heavier and slower or distance, like when you start getting into mechanical batteries, theoretically it's what it is. I'm just cresting the surface of it, and tell me what, it's a bottomless pit. You sometimes feel like Alice in Wonderland, just peering into the hole. And how far does it go, you know? It goes forever. You know, just how a mechanical battery, how just mass, just potential energy. Man, it's just wild stuff. It's really exciting stuff. It's almost more exciting than numbers and flowers, apparently. Yeah, like, okay. So there's one that I've been really thinking a lot about. It's solar. Technically, most all things are solar, but it would be a solar-driven pump, all right, that would, oh God, how does it work? Well, like during the day, it would run a pump and fill water into a tank up above, creating that weight. But at night, that weight would then like translate into an escapement style power source for the night. And then it would, then you release the water and bring it. When you don't have sunlight, you have the mechanical energy up top. Plus you have water pressure too. Just interesting thoughts. Oh my gosh. So I'll be right back. I talked about this on a recent Sunday chat where I was talking about, I got a bunch of these gyroscopes because I find flywheels very interesting. Flywheels are very interesting, just how much power they can harness. You know, when I hot glued some rare earth magnets, some neodymium magnets, and I was thinking, how cool would it be? Much like when you're filling up your dog bowl or, like a pool or something like that, and you're filling it up and you push your garden hose to the side a little bit, and then you create a whirlpool. You're putting that energy in. Magnets are weird because, they're just kind of endless. They're kind of endless energy. And I know perpetual motion doesn't exist. I know, but I still have to answer the question, right? So if I created some type of assembly that was always kind of pushing the batteries, could it fundamentally continue to run forever? And I couldn't get the angles right. I know it just theoretically cannot work because, the sides of the battery, right? Or sorry, the sides of the magnet, they line up with the other magnets, so it's pushing and pulling at the same rate, so it becomes inert, neutral. But one could only dream. One could only dream, A GoFundMe, I could, but I could, but I don't know. We already did that to buy the land next door, which we did. Eternally grateful, but asking for anything is the hardest thing in the world. And I think what I would rather invest my time, my energy, is in you guys, right here, right now. Like if I could make this channel grow, and it's gonna one day, get it to where the point to where I don't have to do commissions anymore, and I could just build the craziest stuff I can imagine. We'll get there. We're getting there, But it takes a huge following to be able to do that, and we're not there yet, and that's okay. Honestly, just having you guys here today is plenty for me. I'm eternally grateful for what we've accomplished already. So I'd rather put all of my time and energy into that because, give it a couple of years and who knows where we could be. If this channel can grow to the point where I would be able to fund my own work as opposed to relying on a commission, it'd be crazy. It'd be crazy awesome. Earth is its own gyroscope. It's true. In the vacuum of space, it's a lot easier. Magnetic field with the iron and nickel core, absolutely. Just goes on and on. Yeah, it's amazing. And I think that's one of the things that I find so fascinating about space is just the perpetual nature of it. And everything is slowing down, right? Everything is changing. The moon is slowly but surely drifting away. And for us, This is like just one little notch is all of written history. It's a blink of an eye. Meanwhile, let me get this thing cooking. The machinations of the universe have been doing this for, it's really hard to believe, and it really makes your problems feel little. You know what I mean? It's kind of a fun thought experiment to really put yourself into place. But, what the hell was I even talking about? Oh, but things are slowing down, but it's going at a rate that we can't even perceive. And we never will, and that's okay. You know, the sun will slowly expand and consume all of us, not to get too gloom, but that's okay, you know? The gyroscope is slowing down, it's doing stuff. And then there'll be a regrowth. It's beautiful. But that's one of the things that I find mystifying about space is just the magnitude alone. But all of the ellipticals and all of the heavy things. Like I find neutron stars wildly interesting. Like in 10th grade, I took extreme science. It was like one of the only classes in my life that I excelled at. And learning about neutron stars and how like the mass of this much of a neutron star would be hundreds of thousands of tons and just be so massive. Everything's so dense. It's almost a black hole. It just hasn't torn its way through the fabric of time and space yet. Find that stuff fascinating. Time dilution, all of that good stuff. It's beautiful. And also the fact that we just don't get to know everything, and there's something cool about that. And we're always discovering new stuff. It's pretty neat. You know, maintain a sense of wonder. No matter what, no matter what it's about, you know. Keep that sense of wonder with you. It's a good companion to have. Oh, well, I don't want to be up here on my darn high horse, you know. But it's somehow, yeah, there's just, I want this to work. I want to be, and just for like sculpture, not even what it would imply to just the world at large, you know? Like if we found perpetual motion, like that would change everything. You know, I love to be an optimist and say like wars would never happen over oil anymore or stuff like that, but people are really good at having disputes and settling them a very violent way. That's people for you, right? We can't have nice things. But I just want to be able to do fun sculpture work with it, you know? Always have things in the background that are just moving forever. That would be a fantastic thing to have. I just love the idea of having widgets that all just have an endless mind of their own. Little chaos machines and things like that. Ooh, great reference, Justin. Amazing reference. Copper, did you get something in your foot? Come here, let me look at it. Come here, Copper. And he's over here like, being all pitiful. Come here, Copper. That's my boy. Oh, let me see your foot. Oh, yeah. Almost got another foxtail in your foot there, buddy. He's prone to those. You'll get a foxtail in his toes and his foot will get all swollen and sad. Oh, yeah. Axe and knife throwing, that's a great pastime. Used to make a lot of throwing axes and stuff like that. Things that were just sharp at all ends, so that if you get it down there, it's going to stick either backwards, forwards, upside down, no matter what. You know, it'll stick. Cover your little... Poor little guy. He just can't catch a break. I don't know what it was. Just suddenly got swollen. It was the weirdest thing. But like I tell you what, he looked like a bullfrog, poor guy. Look at him. He's like, don't talk about it, Dad. Jeez. Poor little guy. But he's as handsome as ever. He's a good dog. Real good shop dog. And a nut. Oh, no, Paul, that's awful. You must love the movie Interstellar. Oh, Interstellar is, what a feast. What an absolute feast for the senses. You know, like, I mean, the music. You know how I feel about Hans Zimmer. Like, he slam dunked on us all. Yet again, the guy can't miss. He doesn't lose. So good, so meaningful, and also like the meaning behind the music about being a father and like the love for a child. It's a love story, you know. It's and like from such like a non-sci-fi way, but a humanist one. I find that beautiful, especially cross. What's the word? Not cross-platform, but like genre, cross-genre, right? Sometimes you have a movie that is just so of a genre. I love it when there's a bit of crossover, when it kind of bleeds into many genres. You know, romanticism, sci-fi, fantasy, horror. You know, I feel like a good story has all of them. Yeah, how gravity affects time is weird. It's a weird concept, but it's very, very cool. It's hard, it's difficult to wrap your mind around. Oh man, I got a sneeze. I've been brewing for like a minute, so I apologize for the dorky faces I've been pulling. Whew, allergy season, right? Well, guys, I don't want to take your beautiful day. You know, I'd love to just come in here. We get to connect over the live chat. And if you're watching this later on, the live chat is like where the comments are. You just got to like swipe over and all that good stuff. Orchid is done. Pics in the Discord. I'm going to go check it out. That weird alien fruit orchids. I still don't trust them. But I'm going to go check that out in the Discord. Thank you for sharing. But I'm going to wish you all a wonderful Sunday. I hope that it's as productive or as non-productive as you can possibly make it. But just look at black holes bend space and time. Oh, 100%. Yeah. And how just time like stops at the event horizon. Cool, wicked stuff. Very cool stuff. It almost feels like forbidden knowledge, like we're not supposed to know. You know, we're uncovering the unknowable. You know, getting into Lovecraftian cosmic horror stuff. You know what I mean? It's good things. Yes, Troy, till next weekend, I hope you have a tremendous week. I'll see you tomorrow morning. Trying to get you guys fired up for another good old week. You know, another week spinning on this rock. You know, it's good stuff. Well, I hope you all have a tremendous week. And never forget I love you guys, all right? And don't forget to love each other, damn it. Do something kind for someone today, okay? Maybe if not, just yourself. All right, have a terrific week, and I'll see you next one. Bye-bye.